You've noticed, but this business is definitely getting harder every single day. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but before you close this video, I'm also going to tell you exactly why I just know that this business is not going anywhere, because I have proof for it. And why the people who understand what's actually changing right now are going to be the ones that are going to win. So stick with me. So let me give you some context first, right? Because I think a lot of people watching this don't realize how fast this space has actually moved and how fast it's moving right now. When I got into this was like 1.5 years ago, I started in AI affiliate marketing. So there were these platforms online, you could talk to AI girls, it was like all chat, no image, no video, yada yada yada. I was building Instagram pages, I was building websites, I was doing Reddit, I was doing all types of social media to push traffic to these platforms. So that was the opportunity in 2024. Then all of a sudden image generation came, and back then images were like generally terrible. It was kind of garbage. A couple months later, video generation came and people were generating AI videos. Then all of a sudden, AI OFM blew up as like its own separate business model. And fast forward, here we are, more competitive than ever, but also more evolved than ever. This is kind of the thing that I think about it, this whole niche. If you look at like the broader spectrum of things, AI dating, companionship, parasocial relationships, it's never gonna go anywhere. It's just evolving. It's like a Pokemon, right? Start with a Pichu and then it becomes a Pikachu and then it becomes whatever is after a Pikachu. The game changes. And if you're the type of person who expects to learn one thing and do that same thing for the next 50 years, then you might as well quit right now, because this is definitely not the business for you. Let's talk about what's actually hard right now. And the number one thing that keeps people up at night in this space is navigating social media bans. When I started about 1.5 years ago, you had fully AI accounts sitting at 1 million, 2 million, some even 3 million followers. They weren't real. It was all fully AI generated, not meta verified, and they were growing every single day. If you look at it right now, then I personally know only 2 creators that have over 2 million followers, and both are like hybrid models. So they have like a real face, and then the real girl verifies it, and then they do AI marketing. So the platforms definitely got a lot more aggressive, and it's gotten a lot harder. But on the flip side, however, getting traffic is probably the easiest it has ever been. I know that comes as a surprise here, but hear me out. Instagram changed its algorithm. So it's now a lot more closer to a TikTok style algorithm where you can literally make a new account, put something out there that actually hits and go viral with your first reel or your first carousel. Reel is a bit easier. But yeah, you don't need an established audience. This stuff didn't exist 1.5 years ago. Back then you needed an established audience for your content to get pushed. You needed to do other social medias, push traffic to your Instagram. You needed to do paid ads, whatever you can to build an audience. Otherwise, you're just never gonna get out of the low view jail. Now, the content quality is what determines the reach. So going viral is not the hard part anymore. The hardest part right now is definitely branding, because the barrier of entry right now of content creation, it has dropped so low that the competition has absolutely exploded. I'm not exaggerating when I say that every Indian with a Wi-Fi connection and a laptop is probably doing this business right now. On top of that, Instagram is full of gurus right now. Like literally, if I open my Instagram right now, then my entire timeline is flooded with people turning themselves into AI girls and selling you a $100 PDF, how to make a fucking model. 20-second clickbait, fake dashboards, all that stuff. I actually had a guy reach out to me on Telegram yesterday, and he said like, yeah, I bought 3 courses online. And I said, okay, can you send me the thing where you bought them from, the person? And he sent me like 3 Instagram accounts, and it was like a 20-second brain-rolled Instagram reel. And I told him like, bro, if you buy anything based on a 20-second fucking reel, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Just be smarter with your money. But yeah, anyways, this all results in a lot more competition. So like I said, traffic is easier than ever, content generation is easier and faster than ever. What actually separates people from making money from the ones that are just messing around? It's creative direction, branding, full stop. And this is the thing that I generally believe will never change in this business, because if you are a creative person, if you can build a character, give her a story, a vibe, a niche, a content strategy that actually makes people want to stop scrolling and spend money on your model, you will be fucking unstoppable, man. It's literally the secret sauce, because that's a single thing that cannot be automated. Until the point that there's gonna be like super intelligence and we have an AI that can actually think and analyze like the human behavior, like what's gonna convert the best and all that stuff. But we're a long way from there. This is gonna be the thing that is gonna make you stand out, because it cannot be mass produced. Yes, someone can come in with a big team and a big budget and literally outspend you, but all I'm saying is that a small creator with exceptional branding will always find a way to stand out. It was this way like literally 2 years ago, it's this way right now, it will probably be like this 2 years from now, okay? It's just a lot harder now. It requires you to think a lot more, it requires you to be a lot more original. 6 months ago you could just make a hot girl, put her on Fanvue, make a shit ton of money. If you do that right now, then man, like it is just gone to a point where it's so easy to generate a hot girl that you need exceptional branding if you want to stand out. Unless you are on OF and you have like better conversions and all that stuff. But if you're going fully AI, man, like you need to go branded. So yeah, that's actually why I made that video on my new Instagram Reel strategy. I think I'm gonna publish it tomorrow after this video. So definitely check that out. Creative direction is going to be the number one biggest factor in whether you are going to succeed or not. So the number one competitive advantage that you can have right now is to get an actual female to work with you. Bro, if you know how to generate AI content, you know how to do the marketing, and you got a real model, so you are on OF, then you are going to print an insane amount of money. I did a small case study, I'll show it later, but in general, if you think about it, right, what has gotten easier? Content generation, building a model. It's basically now a thing that every Indian with a Wi-Fi connection can do. What is the hard part? It's to get an actual female to work with you. Not everyone has access to that. And if you combine a real face with AI content and a very strong creative direction, your conversion is just absolutely insane, man. I'll give you an example. So here's the field research I did. I've been spending so much time lately in trying to figure out paid ads. So I've done meta ads, TikTok ads, media buying, all that stuff for OF and for Fanvue. For OF, it took me around $8,000 in ad spend to figure out the funnel. $8,000. But I figured it out for my model now, and for every $1,000 I spend on ads, I can expect between $1,200 and $1,400 back. So it's not the most crazy results, but it's definitely something that I can scale. I just need to optimize a few more things. Now, I put that same OF model on Fanvue, and I run the exact same creative, the exact same landing pages, exact same funnel, exact same everything. On Fanvue, I did the exact same thing as on OF, and I've spent $4,000 on ads, and I've made less than $1,000 back. Okay, so on F, $1,000 spent is $1,200 to $1,400 back. On Fanvue, $4,000 spent is less than $1,000 back. How is that even possible, man, with the exact same funnel? And it's absolutely insane. I know that every guru online will tell you, you need to be on OF, you need to be on OF because you are going to make a lot more money. But this is something that really opened my eyes. Just, if you can get 20 to 50K on fucking Fanvue, man, you can make 100 to 200 to 300K on fucking OF. It's the difference in both conversion rate, subscriber quality, and everything else is just so big that if you are someone and you make between 20 and 50K on Fanvue and you think to yourself like, holy shit, this is amazing, this is a lot of money. If you think about it, it's kind of a scam, because if you would allocate those same resources, heck, even that same model, but just change the fucking platform, you would be making 100, 200, maybe even more $1,000. It's absolutely insane. And I kind of knew that the difference was big, but it just really opened my eyes on how big the difference is between OF and any other platform out there. So yeah, man, if you have a hybrid model on OF, you know how to do the marketing, you know how to figure out the funnel, and you know how to run paid ads, you're gonna make some serious money. So speaking of paid ads, I think this is where the future of this business is definitely heading. So The reason why I was experimenting with paid ads for Fanvue is because they just opened their Meta Pixel integration to a select few agencies. So now you can run targeted ads directly to your Fanvue model. So I've been playing around with it. I haven't cracked it yet, but I do plan on figuring it out. And once I do it, I'll probably open it as a paid service. Definitely not gonna give it away on YouTube. So yeah, man, my plan is for every new model I launch, I just wanna get it to $10,000, maybe $20,000. As fast as possible organically. So I just know that it converts and it's a model that's working. Then I turn on the ads and boom, then you have 40K or 50K or whatever. My prediction, to be honest, is pretty soon that this business is going to be 60-40, maybe even 50-50. So 50% organic Instagram and social media, 50% media buying, paid ads, targeted campaigns. Because if you're doing organic, like Instagram is still the #1 organic traffic source, right? There's no way around it. You can play around with Facebook Reels, for example, other platforms that are unsaturated, but they just don't deliver the same results, right? Instagram is where the audience is, Instagram is where the money is. But organic alone is going to get harder and harder to rely on as the only source. We got the bandwave going on, we got the increased competition. I think that it's gonna be more pay to win, that the people that have money to figure out the paid ads, they are going to win in the end, unfortunately. Now let me tell you why, despite everything I just said, I am not even slightly worried about this space dying. One word, Fanvue. A platform that, let's be real, is like option number 3. You got OF, you got Fanvue, you got a couple more of those platforms out there. If you are a real creator, that would probably be your last option, right? Yet Fanvue did $100 million in GMV. And it's still growing every month. How is that possible? How is it possible if AI models are dying that for that platform to just keep making money, more money every month? It's impossible, right? The only explanation is that AI models are driving an insane amount of revenue. Real people are spending real money on AI generated content consistently at scale. The demand is there, the demand will not go away. The customers are there, the customers will not go away, the money is there, the money will not go away. If you zoom out even further to what I said in the beginning, the broader niche, like the niche of AI companionship, AI dating, parasocial relationships with AI characters, it's not a trend, it's a category on its own. And it's only going to grow as the technology gets better and more people become comfortable with it. It's not dying, it's evolving, right? Like I said, it's a Pokemon. The real question is just, are you going to evolve with it or not? So yeah, here's where I land on all of this. The easy days are definitely over. If you came into this thinking you would generate a few images, post some reels, wake up rich, then yeah, that's definitely not the reality. Nevertheless, the opportunity is still very real. You just have to be a lot more creative, you have to be a lot more smart, you have to be a lot more adaptable. Focus on the branding like it's the only thing that matters, because right now it basically is. Stay ahead of the bandwave, learn paid traffic, and if you have access to a real model, then definitely switch to hybrid, because you're gonna make a lot more money. So yeah, man, like I said, this space is like a Pokemon that just keeps evolving every month, and the people who are going to win are the ones that are going to evolve with it. The people who lose are the ones waiting for it to go back to what it was.